Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Gillian Barry, and today we have a great guest in store for you guys. Her name is Larissa May, and she has an incredible story. I actually discovered her in a Daily Mail article that popped up, and it said raw vegan claims her body was left riddled with parasites from eating meat, revealing she then saw them come out of her stool after detoxing from animal products, and she cured her depression and acne. And I know Larissa has had a huge transformation on raw living foods. So we're going to find out exactly what's happened. Let's get right into it. Hey, Larissa, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are things? So I'm so excited to hear your story. So yeah, this article really caught my eye and caught my attention online. So I would love if we could rewind a bit and you could let us all know what happened.
Yeah, definitely. So I was struggling with my health for most of my life, growing up on a standard American diet. And yeah, I eventually got diagnosed with insulin resistance,
Wow.
which is prediabetes. I was struggling really heavily with acne, and I had contracted Epstein-Barr virus. So just in general, I had a lot of symptoms going on. And yeah, once I was put on medication, the doctors just told me, you have to take this for the rest of your life. Otherwise, you'll become diabetic. And there was really no hope, it seemed. But I eventually just started looking into holistic healing, and I slowly transitioned to taking processed food out of my diet. I was doing paleo for a while, but I still wasn't really seeing too much of a change, just a little bit from
Yeah.
cutting out processed food. But then eventually when I discovered veganism and then raw veganism, it completely transformed my health. And even my mood was better because I, was struggling with my mental health too. So yeah, I basically felt like I found the answer because for the first time in my life, my symptoms were going away. And yeah, I had learned so many things, about eating meat and the parasite thing, for instance. So I
Yeah.
decided to take some herbal formulas to help clear that out because I knew I had I had eaten a lot of sushi in the past, and that's one of the, the worst things you can do because raw fish is pretty dangerous when it comes to parasite risk. So yeah, that was one of the things that I did to help cleanse and heal my body. And
Wow. And
yeah.
how did you discover you had parasites? So a few years ago, I did some enemas because I was like, oh, let me try and get out mucoid plaque. I wasn't juicing or anything. I was just eating like a really clean raw vegan diet and doing some enemas. And then I started to see a lot of parasites, and I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? It really freaked me out at first. Like
Mhm.
for a few days, I was really freaked out. So then I went and did like a deep parasite cleanse. So were you doing enemas? Is that how you discovered as well? Or did they just start coming out of you like when you went raw?
I had learned that basically if you eat meat, almost everybody has parasites that eats meat.
Yeah.
So I figured, okay, I'll take this herbal formula while I'm doing this deep detox process. When I was still new to raw veganism, and I was just a lot of mucus was coming out of me, a lot of just going to the bathroom. So I was like, okay, I'll assist my body with these herbal formulas as well. And yeah, so then I was checking out what was coming out of me in the toilet and seeing those little worms and stuff. And I just kept going with it until I stopped seeing them so that
Yeah.
I knew they were done.
Wow. And how do you feel? Like, how did you feel going raw versus like how you felt before? Do you feel like it had like an impact on your happiness and your well-being and like just like what are the overall differences in your life and how you feel?
It's a completely different life. I'm living a completely different life
Yeah.
because like I had mentioned, I was on medication for pre-diabetes, and I was also for my acne, they put me on, birth control. And so that really messed with my mental health, as well as just dealing with having acne and that lowered self-esteem.
Hmm.
I was really low with my mental health in the past. And so yeah, finding the answer through healing with raw foods, it's completely transformed my life because I don't have, the pain of severe acne, and I had really bad joint inflammation. And, now I have really high energy levels and amazing digestion and clear skin.
Yeah.
And
Your
now I'm
skin's
not on
glowing. It looks
medication.
amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So now I'm not on medication. I got off birth control when I first went vegan. And that was a whole healing process in itself with my hormones.
Hmm.
And yeah, so also like with the mental health aspect, it's taken me down this whole path of like a spiritual awakening, and like I meditate now and spend time in nature and in the sunshine. Like it's
Wow,
like a completely
amazing.
different life.
And how I know that's what I feel like with me. I just feel like one good habit leads to another. When I drink a green juice, and it makes me want to go to the gym, and then I feel so good, I want to do something else good. And it's just like this big ripple effect on your life, I feel like. And how long did it take you to see results? Like, how long was it for your skin to clear up and for you to notice like all the positive changes?
Yeah, so I felt like I noticed a big difference in just having more energy and feeling better in my body just after only a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It did take maybe about a year or so for since I got off birth control too, like it took a while for my hormones to like rebalance. So it was about the first year where I was really like detoxing a lot and my skin was slowly starting to clear up. But yeah, about the first year was how long it took to
Yeah.
like the biggest difference.
Yeah. And what were you typically eating in a day, like when you noticed all the positive changes?
Yeah, so I've basically stuck to the same thing. I've been on this path for 5.5 years now, and not much has changed.
Yeah.
I'm glad I learned a lot in the beginning to like get me on the right track right away. I basically the whole time I've had nothing but fruit for breakfast and lunch. I have like had cooked meals here and there for dinner, but I've been about like 95% raw this whole time. And I
Wow.
usually always have like a big salad for dinner, or like raw nori rolls or raw tacos, something fun like that. But almost always salad, and definitely fruit, smoothies, juices throughout the day. Like I just can't go back. Like
Yeah. And do you feel like this has been like, I know me too, one of the most life-changing things that's ever happened to you?
definitely. Yeah, especially because of the fact that it didn't just heal me physically, but with my emotional health and my spirituality. Like I feel so grateful to be alive every single day now.
Wow.
And like life just feels like such a gift, because after coming from a past when you're dealing with depression and all of that, like when you overcome that and you feel like you have so much to be grateful for now, it's like it's completely life changing.
Yeah, amazing. And why,
Yeah.
so if people ask you like, Larissa, why raw food? What do you say to that?
Oh, I say there's so many reasons. I mean, especially like I'm also vegan, for ethical reasons too.
Hmm.
So, that is very important to me in my heart, like, treating the other beings that we share this planet with correctly. And I feel like, eating in a pure form has helped me connect even deeper to like my heart and my soul, because, it makes us more emotional, it makes us more compassionate when we have these less blockages, from eating raw foods, because even the cooked vegan foods can kind of be kind of numbing.
Yeah.
So that has really opened my heart a lot. And then, I tell people all the time, I cured something that doctors told me was incurable. Like I reversed insulin resistance and other
Yeah.
health issues too. So that's huge. And then, I tell people like it'll give them more energy, better digestion, like, glowing skin. So there's so many reasons
Yeah. And have
why I choose this path.
the people around you have they been supportive, and have you found it like okay to navigate socially?
Yeah, so basically, it was really cool because my mom actually went vegan like around the same time I did, and she eats like a lot of fruit too now. Like, so I'm really grateful, and I've seen her health transform too. Other people in my family, not so much. Like, they're just still happy doing the same things, even though
Yeah.
a lot of people in my family are struggling with their health, unfortunately. But, you can't force people to change. You just have to be like the good example, I've
Yeah.
learned. So, but I've also, with my mental health transformation, I learned that it's really important to like let go of what no longer serves you. And
Mm.
when you raise your vibration to a higher level, you'll start to attract people that are on that level as well. So I've been
Hmm.
lucky to cultivate beautiful people into my life that are like-minded and also, enjoy eating raw vegan food. So that's
Yeah.
exciting.
That's amazing. And if you were gonna like go back and start again now, is there anything you feel like any mistakes you've made or anything you've learned along the way that you would do different like now if you were starting over with this lifestyle?
Hmm. I mean, there's not much I would change, honestly. I think everything
Yeah.
happens for a reason, and I'm very grateful that I put in a lot of effort in the beginning to do a ton of research. I even went back to school for nutrition. So I feel like it's been like pretty smooth, luckily, because I know a lot of people struggle with it, and so that's why I'm grateful to be able to help people, because I feel like the way I transitioned and everything worked really well for me, luckily.
Mhm. That's amazing. Well, this is great. I just love seeing like these positive stories. And do you supplement? And do you think you'll do it like do this long term?
So yeah, I'll definitely, this is like the rest of my life. Like this is how I will be eating and enjoying life. And as far as supplements, I don't really take a lot of like, I don't take any isolate supplements. Like
Mhm.
I think you could get all the like all the vitamins you need from like fruits and vegetables. But I do take like whole food supplements like spirulina. I like, some of those mushroom powders, stuff like that. But most of the time it's just
Yeah.
whole foods.
Yeah. And I think everyone has to do what works for them, you know? I'm just all about that.
Yeah.
I take supplements. I didn't take supplements the first few years. And then I became deficient in some stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try supplements and I'm better on supplements. But I think everybody has to just do their own research and like check their own blood work and like see what's going on and follow
Yeah,
their own path and like do what's right for them and tune into like how you feel, you know? If you feel good on
exactly.
this, see how you feel. And like the raw foods make me feel so good. And I feel like a real key to that is because I also eat a lot, like I eat in abundance. I don't restrict my calories. I just eat as much as I want in a big variety. So is that a big thing for you? Do you feel like you eat a lot or do you feel like you don't need to eat so much?
I'm definitely one of those people that promotes eating in abundance for sure,
Yeah.
because these foods are so low in calories and they're so tasty. It's like I love that we get to, eat as much as we want and enjoy the food and eating bigger volumes. Like I've always been a huge like food person. I love eating. So to me, that's like just a plus. Like I get to
Yeah.
eat more, enjoy more, and enjoy the beauty that nature provides us
Me
with.
too.
So
I agree. I
yeah,
think
it's
it's
awesome.
awesome. Well, it's been so great hearing your story. I've loved having you come on. I'm just wondering if there's anything to end off that you feel like you want to share with the viewers, like any advice or tips, maybe also if somebody's out there and they want to get started on this lifestyle and they have no idea where to start to like achieve these amazing results you have with like your skin and your energy and the depression and everything. That would be amazing.
Mhm.
And let everybody know where they can find you as well. And I'll link it down below.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I would just recommend that, health is like a holistic thing. Like, it's not just about the food you eat, it's also about, giving yourself lots of self-love. And that's one of the things that will motivate you the most to stick to a healthy lifestyle is really cultivating a really deep sense of self-love, prioritizing yourself, not letting other things like distract you or get in the way of you giving your body what you know it deserves. And so like I like to meditate and, like I said, spend time outside in nature in the sun, move your body, don't just only focus on food and think that's gonna cure all your problems. And yeah, you guys can find me on Instagram at I am Larissa May, and I'm also on YouTube at Larissa May as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll link everything below. And thanks again so much for coming on and sharing. And I'm just so happy you've had like such a positive experience and we're led down this path. And just, I want to ask one more thing too. Like, if you didn't find this path, where do you think you would be right now?
I mean, I would probably still be on medication, being scared that I'm gonna become a diabetic, eating junk food or at least, lots of animal products still, and probably still struggling with my mental health, depression and anxiety. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so grateful that I was able to transform my entire life just through the little first step of transforming what I eat. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And I didn't ask
blessed.
how long exactly did it take to stop being insulin, to stop having the insulin problems?
So I was checking my blood and I think it was only like a month into,
Wow.
yeah, eating whole food, plant-based, raw vegan, like it was
Wow.
really quick.
That's incredible. That's
Yeah.
amazing. What a story. Because
Hmm.
people would think that the raw foods would make it worse. A lot of people think like the fruit and this and that, but that's like I had
Hmm.
hypoglycemia before I was raw and I used to have major blood sugar problems and I would even pass out if I didn't eat and like I was a mess. And then since I've been raw, I haven't had any of those problems. And I could, like before I was raw, I used to feel like, oh, if I don't eat, I'm gonna pass out, or like I never have any of that. I could go a whole day without eating if I had to now, and it's fine.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're fooled into thinking it's the sugar that's the problem, but it's the fat, it's
Yeah.
eating oils and animal products. But once you
And the
take those out of
processed
your
food.
diet, then
Yeah.
yeah, you can handle the fruit and it's very healing. It's what your body needs.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Well, thanks again, Larissa. Thanks for coming on. And I'm sure everybody loved meeting you and hearing your story. And everybody go follow Larissa. I'll link everything down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, give it a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you don't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.